and there is concern in areas that haven't been looted or targeted. People are starting to worry about food security. Will they have food? Will they have petrol? And there's a sense of unease, certainly, in some parts of Gauteng. I'm joined now by ETV reporter Riante Padayachee. She's at the Mall of Africa in Midrand, and she joins us now. Riante, thank you so much for your time. My understanding is that the Mall of Africa hasn't been targeted in any way, and most of Johannesburg's big malls are safe. But what are you seeing in terms of anxiety of shoppers worrying that perhaps there might not be enough on the shelves in days to come?
Well, Sal, I mean, I can just actually speak from experience. You know, we went into shops earlier today, and a lot of big supermarkets, and in Johannesburg, you get pretty big ones. They were out of bread on the shelves, you know, some essentials. So people appear to be panic buying in small ways. It appears to be starting. We know before, you know, we went into level 5 lockdown last year, we were out of toilet paper, and, you know, for example, the shelves of macros and games were all being cleared out. So we're seeing small bits of that, and something else that I've noticed is a bit of panic over petrol. So many filling stations, at least on the way to Midrand, we found, you know, queues and queues of cars. So people appear to be panicked that they may be out of petrol in the coming days. So we're definitely seeing that. But you mentioned that obviously the big malls, at least in the northern suburbs of Johannesburg, have not yet been hit. And let me tell you that private security companies are trying to do everything to ensure that they are not touched. As you mentioned, we're currently at the Mall of Africa, and if I just step out of shot really quickly, they've got private security not only on the ground, Sal, but they've got eyes in the sky as well. I've seen at least 4 different choppers circling above in the Midrand area, and this has been for about the last hour. We've also seen a lot of police presence, from, you know, the big nyalas to vans to just ordinary police cars. It appears as though police presence is high. And in terms of SANDF, there were a few patrolling just kind of the back area of the Mall of Africa earlier today.
Do you think it's too early to say that our big malls in Johannesburg and, of course, even in Pretoria will be safe? Do you think that these days of seeing the level of destruction has given security, both private and police, time to actually frame their plans to protect big business shopping centres?
Well, Sal, you know, there's never really a certain answer to that. But what I can say from what I'm seeing on the ground is that, firstly, you know, just to make all looters aware and people who are engaging in criminal activity, when it comes to big malls like this, private security firms are deployed. And private security keep live ammunition, and that could lead to really disastrous things. I mean, we already have a death toll that's climbing, which is extremely unfortunate. Just earlier today, Gauteng Premier David Makura mentioned that 19 people had lost their lives here in Gauteng, and just 10 of that was attributed to a stampede that they saw in Soweto last night. So things really are getting out of control. But in speaking with private security firms, they, like I mentioned, they've got ammunition, they've got eyes in the sky, they're on the ground, and they're you know, willing to do absolutely anything to keep these very expensive malls protected.
And such a stark contrast from what we saw yesterday and still today at Jabulani Mall in Soweto, in Tembisa, and other areas like that as well. So let us see what happens. The police minister saying very clearly a few moments ago in Alex, the focus now is on preventing any more destruction. Let's see if they are able to achieve that. Certainly, Mall of Africa and Midrand seems to be fairly well protected at this point. Riante Padayachee, thank you so much for giving us that update from